Agrarian, pertaining to land, especially agricultural land. Aide-de-camp, an officer who receives and transmits the orders of the general. Ailment, slight sickness. Airy, delicate, ethereal. Akin, of similar nature or qualities. Alabaster, a white or delicately tinted fine-grained gypsum. Alacrity, cheerful willingness. Albeit, even though. Albino, a person with milky white skin and hair and eyes with bright red pupil and usually pink iris. Album, a book whose leaves are so made to form paper frames for holding photographs or the like. Alchemy, chemistry of the Middle Ages, characterized by the pursuit of changing base metals to gold. Alcohol, a volatile, inflammable, colorless liquid of a penetrating odor and burning taste. Alcoholism, a condition resulting from the inordinate or persistent use of alcoholic beverages. Alcove, a covered recess connected with or at the side of a larger room. Alder, any shrub or small tree of the genus Alumnus of the oak family. Alderman, a member of a municipal legislative body who usually exercises also certain judicial functions. Aldermanship, the dignity, condition, office, or term of office of an alderman. Alias, an assumed name. Alien, one who owes allegiance to a foreign government. Alienable, capable of being aliened or alienated, as lands. Alienate, to cause to turn away. Alienation, estrangement. Aliment, that which nourishes. Alkali, anything that will neutralize an acid, as lime, magnesia, etc. Allay, to calm the violence or reduce the intensity of, mitigate. Allege, to assert to be true, especially in a formal manner, as in court. Allegory, the setting forth of a subject under the guise of another subject of aptly suggestive likeness. Alleviate, to make less burdensome or less hard to hear. Alley, a narrow street, garden path, walk, or the like. Alliance, any combination or union for some common purpose. Allot, to assign a definite thing or part to a certain person. Allotment, portion. Allude, to refer incidentally or by suggestion. Allusion, an indirect and incidental reference to something without definite mention of it. Alluvion, flood. Ally, a person or thing connected with another, usually in some relation of helpfulness. Almanac, a series of tables giving the days of the week together with certain astronomical information. Aloof, not in sympathy with or desiring to associate with others. Altar, any raised place or structure on which sacrifices may be offered or incense burned. Alter, to make change in. Alteration, change or modification. Altercate, to contend angrily or zealously in words. Alternate, one chosen to act in place of another in case of the absence or incapacity of that other. Alternative, something that may or must exist, be taken or chosen, or done instead of something else. Altitude, vertical distance or elevation above any point or base level, as the sea. Alto, the lowest or deepest female voice or part. Altruism, benevolence to others on subordination to self-interest. Altruist, one who advocates or practices altruism. Amalgam, an alloy or union of mercury with another metal. Amalgamate, to mix or blend together in a homogeneous body. Amateur, practicing an art or occupation for the love of it, but not as a profession. Amatory, designed to excite love. Ambidextrous, having the ability of using both hands with equal skill or ease. Ambiguous, having a double meaning. Ambitious, eagerly desirous and aspiring. Ambrosial, divinely sweet, fragrant, or delicious. Ambulance, a vehicle fitted for conveying the sick and wounded. Ambulate, to walk about. Ambush, the act or state of lying concealed for the purpose of surprising or attacking the enemy. Ameliorate, to relieve, as from pain or hardship. Amenable, willing and ready to submit. Americanism, a peculiar sense in which an English word or phrase is used in the United States. Amicable, done in a friendly spirit. Amity, friendship. Amorous, having a propensity for falling in love. Amorphous, without determinate shape. Amour, a love affair, especially one of an illicit nature. Ampere, the practical unit of electric current strength. Ampersand, the character or symbol for and. Amphibious, living both on land and in water. Amphitheater, an edifice of elliptical shape constructed about a central open space or arena. Amplitude, largeness. Amply, sufficiently. Amputate, to remove by cutting, as a limb or some portion of the body. Amusement, diversion. Anachronism, anything occurring or existing out of its proper time. Anagram, the letters of a word or phrase so transposed as to make a different word or phrase. Analogous, corresponding to some other in certain respects, as in form, proportion, relations. Analogy, reasoning in which from certain and known relations or resemblance of others are formed. Analyst, one who analyzes or makes use of the analytical method. Analyze, to examine minutely or critically. Anarchy, absence or utter disregard of government. Anathema, anything forbidden, as by social usage. Anatomy, that branch of morphology which treats of the structure of organism. Ancestry, one's ancestors collectively. Anecdote, a brief account of some interesting event or incident. Anemia, deficiency of blood or red corpuscles. Anemic, affected with anemia. Anemometer, an instrument for measuring the force or velocity of wind. Anesthetic, pertaining to or producing loss of sensation. Anew, once more. Angelic, saintly. Anglophobia, hatred or dread of England or of what is English. Anglo-Saxon, the entire English race wherever found, as in Europe, the United States, or India. Angular, sharp-cornered. Anhydrous, withered. Animadversion, the utterance of criticism or censure. Animadvert, to pass criticism or censure. Animalcule, an animal of microscopic smallness. Animate, to make alive. Animosity, hatred. Annalist, historian. Annals, a record of events in their chronological order year by year. Annex, to add or affix at the end. Annihilate, to destroy absolutely. Annotate, To make explanatory or critical notes on or upon. Annual, occurring every year. Annuity, an annual allowance, payment, or income. Annunciation, proclamation. Anode, the point where or path by which a voltaic current enters an electrolyte or the like. Anonymous, of unknown authorship. Antagonism, mutual opposition or resistance of counteracting forces, principles, or persons. Antarctic, pertaining to the South Pole or the regions near it. Ante, in the game of poker, to put up a stake before the cards are dealt. Antecede, to precede. Antecedent, one who or that which precedes or goes before, as in time, place, rank, order, or causality. Antechamber, a waiting room for those who seek audience. Antedate, to assign or affix a date to earlier than the actual one. Antediluvian, of or pertaining to the times, things, events before the great flood and the days of Noah. Antemeridian, before noon. Antemundane, pertaining to time before the world's creation. Antenatal, occurring or existing before birth. Anterior, prior. Anteroom, a room situated before and opening into another, usually larger. Anthology, a collection of extracts from the writings of various authors. Anthracite, hard coal. Anthropology, the science of man in general. Anthropomorphous, having or resembling human form. Antic, a grotesque, ludicrous, or fantastic action. Antichrist, any opponent or enemy of Christ, whether a person or a power. Anticlimax, a gradual or sudden decrease in the importance or impressiveness of what is said. Anticyclone, an atmospheric condition of high central pressure with currents flowing outward. Antidote, anything that will counteract or remove the effects of poison, disease, or the like. Antilogy, inconsistency or contradiction in terms or ideas. Antipathize, to show or feel a feeling of antagonism, aversion, or dislike. Antiphon, a response or alteration of responses, generally musical. Antiphony, an anthem or other composition sung responsively. Antipodes, a place or region on the opposite side of the earth. Antiquary, one who collects and examines old things, as coins, books, medals, weapons, etc. Antiquate, to make old or out of date. Antique, pertaining to ancient times. Antiseptic, anything that destroys or restrains the growth of putrefactive microorganisms. Anti-slavery, opposed to human slavery. Antispasmodic, tending to prevent or relieve non-inflammatory spasmodic infections. Antistrophe, the inversion of terms in successive clauses, as in the home of joy and the joy of home. Antitoxin, a substance which neutralizes the poisonous products of microorganisms. Antonym, a word directly opposed to another in meaning. Anxious, distressed in mind with respect to some uncertain matter. Apathy, insensibility to emotion or passionate feeling. Aperture, hole. Apex, the highest point, as of a mountain. Aphorism, proverb. Apiary, a place where bees are kept. Apogee, the climax. Apology, a disclaimer of intentional error or offense. Apostasy, a total departure from one's faith or religion. Apostate, false. Apostle, any messenger commissioned by or as by divine authority. Apothecary, one who keeps drugs for sale and puts up prescriptions. Apotheosis, deification. Appall, to fill with dismay or horror. Apparent, easily understood. Apparition, ghost. Appease, to soothe by quieting anger or indignation. Appellate, capable of being appealed to. Appellation, the name or title by which a particular person, class, or thing is called. Append, to add or attach as something accessory, subordinate, or supplementary. Appertain, to belong as by right, fitness, association, classification, possession, or natural relation. Apposite, appropriate. Apposition, the act of placing side by side, together, or in contact. Appraise, to estimate the money value of. Appreciable, capable of being discerned by the senses or intellect. Apprehend, to make a prisoner of, a person in the name of the law. Apprehensible, capable of being conceived. Approbation, sanction. Appropriate, suitable for the purpose and circumstances.